Okay, I think I'm live. I'm supposed to be live. Okay, I'm live on YouTube. And am I live on Twitch? Am I? 1 2 1 2. I am. Great. Gamepad is on, everything is on. We are all live and set. Sorry for being late. Had some shitty business to finish. Wink wink, nudge nudge. So, yeah, I think we are starting this stream. Let's go. Hi, I'm Ado. And here's my real game dev stream, real game dev learning. Just to do a quick intro, just like I always do at the beginning of this thing here. I'm a professional game developer. I work as a senior gameplay programmer. I started my career with Techland, then, so in the AAA business, then I transitioned to Flying Wild Hog, which was a company transitioning from AA to AAA. Then I moved to indie space to Creepy Jar, where I'm still currently employed at. This stream is my own personal stream, not affiliated with any other company. And yeah, let's start this shit. What is this channel about? This whole channel, this whole stream and everything is all about learning game development. And for me personally is for covering my blind spots. I have shitload of blind spots that I want to learn, I want to struggle through to become a better developer. Because I can be all the senior, I have all the senior gameplay programming knowledge I can have, but there is still shitload of things that I don't know, don't understand, and I want to learn. What do you get out of it? Well, first of all, you get realness, and by that I mean if I stumble upon a problem, I will be solving it online. There's a shitload of tutorials on the internet or streams where people are kinda prepared in such a way that it gives me a bad vibe of fakeness. By that I mean they are showing the perfect way of doing something, achieving something, or going about it. And then you sit down, or I sit down to it, I try it, it doesn't work, I'm trying to write a message, or someone writes a message to the guy, and we get no response, or we get some shitty response, etc, etc. None of that here. If I will stumble across the problem, I will be solving it, and it already happened a couple of times on my previous streams, mostly connected to Mover plugin, but not only. Right now I'm in the middle of a stream series connected to game design, and in particular about primary action design. And what do I mean by primary action design? What do I mean by primary action design? If we took Mario Bros as a game, its primary action is moving around and jumping. That's what you derive fun from the game. This is the most basic action that you're supposed to take in order to achieve a goal in the game, but this small action is supposed to give you fun already. In the case of shooters like Doom or Apex Legends, it would be just shooting. The act of shooting should feel fine. If it was RTS like StarCraft, the act of choosing a unit and telling it to go somewhere, that is something that would be considered a primary action. And I suck at this design, this type of design. I have notebooks full of designs for all my dreamt games that I would love to make if my dreams come true, etc. And all of them cover like plot lines, progression system, deep systems, etc, etc. But all of them feature one fatal characteristic which rendered them unusable. Or every time I sat down to moonlight such prototype as a project that I could, work on after work, right? My personal shit. It turned out that I cannot even start working on it because it didn't have good primary action design. It didn't have foundation. I didn't know how actually the game play. I didn't knew how to start with it, or the whole design was based on other games that takes like 100, 200, 300 people to finish in order to even start judging if that was a good idea. So I suck at primary action design. And that's what I wanted to learn in this current stream series. But it cannot go without the plan, can it? So I formulated a plan. This is my master plan. Let us go full screen with that shit. Or maybe not. Yes, full screen. We got the full screen. Here's my master plan for learning a little bit about how to design cool primary actions. First of all, I came up with the game context. I wanted it to be something simple, something that I couldn't just straight up copy other game and call it a day. I needed to reinvent the wheel a little bit on this shit. And I wanted to be a little bit more involved than just like a super simple game that could be considered as mini game for some other bigger game, right? I wanted it to be a simple game context, simple prototype with placeholder assets. I don't care about, at the moment for learning purposes, I don't care about art style, I don't care about plot, etc, etc, etc. The only thing I care about is that this is a game in which I change the state of the world and achieve my goals via shooting my arrow from a bow. Just like in Mario or Crash Bandicoot, you are achieving your goal of finishing the level through movement and jumping. Here I want to have the exact same situation, but instead of moving and jumping, I'm using my arrow and bows. Even though this game uses first-person template from Unreal Engine 5 as a basis for my learning, as a canvas that I am drawing on, to use a metaphor, it won't be a first-person shooter, so it won't be a fast-paced game like Doom, Apex, or something like this, right? It won't be movement-based because I really want to concentrate on making arrows and the act of shooting it feel fine, and that is the thing that changes the state of the world. So there probably will be some movement going from one challenge point to the other, but it's not movement-based game. It's also not an archery simulation. All of the physics and aiming should be more arcadey, slower, easier, more casual friendly. And like I stated here, arrow is the thing that changes the world state. And also I wanna support co-op. I divided my learning lesson into 4 phases. First phase, MVP, minimum viable product. Second phase, toy making. Third phase, sequence making. And the fourth phase, scenario making. MVP, minimum viable product. What does it mean? It's that primary action. It's that thing that the whole game sits up on top of. Like I said, in Mario it will be moving around and jumping, or in platformers in general. In card games it would be an act of putting the card and seeing the effect the card has on board. In the case of RTS, moving unit around. In the case of shooter, it would be shooting. Since my game is about shooting arrow, my minimum viable product has to answer the question: is it fun to shoot in the air, at the wall, at the stationary target, at the moving target, from various distances? Only by answering all of these questions positively with yes, it is fucking fun to shoot in the air, at the wall, at the stationary target, or at the moving target, Only then I can move to the next phase. When I finish this phase, I will be jumping into toy making phase, when I will treat the game as a toy box, and I will be creating as much toys that can be used with my minimum viable product shooting in order to produce fun results. To use a metaphor, it would be like having an action figure and figuring out, hey, I can transform this action figure into a cube. It works, it is fun to transform it into a cube. How can I use this mechanism to create more toys? And then you're creating an action figure, a robot that turns into a car, into a plane, into a pistol, into a jet, etc., etc. Basically, you're creating transformers, right? So here, I would be using my MVP shooting arrow from a bow and my MVP minimum viable product simple game mechanics, and I'll be creating a toys that I could interact with through my simple shooting. And I'll be constantly asking myself a question: do I have enough toys in my toy box to put them around in some order and craft a sequence? And that will move me into sequence making, the third phase in here. I don't know if you can see my cursor here. Yes, you can. So, in this phase, I will be putting my toys, just as if I was a kid, putting my toys and prototypes in some order, crafting some sequence, and see if it is fun to use my toys in such way. For example, I could just, feature traditional shooting arrow through hoops and call it a day. Or I could put a destructible wall, a bomb in front of it, a stick with a flame on it, and require my player to shoot the arrow through the flame, so it will become fire arrow, attach itself next to a bomb, so it will trigger its ignition mechanism, and all of that shit would fly towards the destructible wall, attach itself to a wall, 3, 2, 1, boom! And the whole goddamn wall explodes, giving me a way forward. That is way more involved and fun than just a regular shooting through hoops. These are the type of sequences that I will be aiming towards and trying to see if they are fun. And the fourth phase, the final phase of my learning exercise, shall be scenario making, where I will be constantly asking myself, okay, I have toys, I can craft some sequences, let's put together a scenario. In the context of this bow and arrow game, it would mean basically crafting a level, creating a goal for a level, creating a level around that goal, and asking a player to play it. And I'll be constantly asking myself the question, do I have enough toys and sequences and ways to remix those sequences, to make some anticipation, etc., 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 so that I could actually go into start of a pre-production of some kind of game? If the answer is yes, then I finished my learning exercise. And I can either jump onto a new topic, or I can just maybe be a crazy person and start a pre-production on a game. We'll see. But that will be the moment where I'll be like, yes, I created some simple game mechanism, then I created a lot of toys that could interact with it, then I crafted sequences with those toys, and there's enough sequences and they make enough sense that I could craft a couple of scenarios and probably go from there to actually formulate a full game. That's where I will be satisfied and I will feel like I learned something new. I developed my design muscle for primary actions, and I would feel like that's that shit that I want to play. You might be asking me that why are you trying to reinvent the wheel instead of doing what everyone else is doing, which is copy the game and just, remix slight things. I don't want to do this because by just copying, I would not understand why it works. And blindly remixing, throwing shit at the wall and I would be seeing what sticks, right? And I would not develop the muscle for actually creatively coming up with some kind of gameplay idea. To quote or to paraphrase actually Jeremy from No Clip Crew, where he has his reports about how he's learning game development, because he's not a professional game developer. He said, he used a metaphor that sticks with me and I think it's perfect, that without learning the basics of how to craft fun game design, it would be kinda like learning how to make games. It would be like learning how to play the guitar, but instead of, doing what you're supposed to, you will be learning about the famous manufacturers of the guitar, the history of the guitar, history of guitar players, listening to songs, etc. But you never pick up the guitar to fucking play some notes and learn how to play the notes in the right order, in the right time. So this whole exercise is about learning how to play the fucking notes of the guitar, so to speak, in a metaphor. Using the metaphor. And thanks Jeremy from No Clip Crew for that metaphor, it's amazing. So with that whole ass intro out of the way, it took me 15 minutes to put together, and I need to fix something because it fell off. Very important thing. Okay. Now it's fixed. Okay. So without that whole ass intro out of the way, right now I am still at the, even though it is part 5 of my streaming session, it will be a longest probably stream series. I am still at MVP phase, minimum viable product phase. The funny thing that happened is that I already stumbled. This is the realness. I already stumbled. What I thought would be working and will be fun proved not to be working as well, and what I thought won't be working at all and I will have to design something for it works right out of the gate. That's how fucking funny life is. I implemented, maybe I will just show you instead of, blindly talking about it. I implemented this simple, and why does my gamepad doesn't work? Okay. This is my placeholder bow that looks like a gun suspiciously, but believe me, it is a fucking bow. It's just green. That's the only difference. The only difference. And I can shoot my arrows. They have some kind of effect on it. Oh, I have some debug here. It doesn't matter for the explanation. And it just spawns some projectiles, right? I implemented charging geoshot. When I'm charging, the charge indicator grows big, it flashes faster when it reaches the maximum point, the sound is there, and it will shoot way stronger. My projectile, my arrow will go way further. Boom. Done. Right? And when I also reach the max charge moment, you will hear a beep beep sound. So I gave full feedback to this whole thing, right? Placeholder feedback. This is not a pretty art. I would call it even a shitty art. But that's how placeholders should be. They're supposed to be shitty, so there is no chance when you will be releasing the game, you will accidentally ship something that you're not supposed to, because the placeholder sticks out like a sore thumb. That's how it's supposed to be. And to get back to the master plan, while I was still figuring out the mechanics of how to have fun shooting in the air and at the wall, adding all those, bells and whistles, those VFX, those sounds, etc. I was fine with it. I was thinking, okay, it feels fine to just shoot in the air, charge my arrow. And I have a new bug when I can only shoot. I just discovered a new bug. For some reason, when I'm shooting away from the camera, I'm away from the wall. My arrows are going to 0, 0 of the world. I suspect where I might have fucked up, but it doesn't matter. And what does matter here is that while I was just shooting, at the wall, it felt fine for, to charge your arrows. But I had suspicion that just shooting at the close distance, well, I would need some additional gameplay mechanics. As soon as I implemented stationary target, so this point of my MVP phase, I answered the question of, yes, it is fun to shoot in the air. Yes, it is fun to shoot at the wall. I started shooting at the stationary target and I realized, even without crosser, holy shit, just shooting at the stationary target feels okay at mid close distances, right? But what I figured out is that shooting at the distance, longer distance, at this target seems like ass. It's not fun at all. Which is the exact opposite of what I was thinking will happen. I was thinking that, hey, I will have to figure out some cool gameplay mechanics for where you're not charging your power and not making your charged arrow point towards the target in the middle of a screen and creating a makeshift crosser for you. That will suck, but my long distance shooting is fine. With the stationary target, it turned out it's the other way around. Shooting at the close distance, I don't even need a crosser to have fun and shoot at this big box, and I expect that my targets in the further phases of my design learning that they would be problematic. It turns out it's the other way around. So that's where I am. So right now I need to do a couple of things. First of all, I need to fix the bug that when I'm shoot the bug that dictates that when I'm shooting not at something hittable, my arrows are going to 0, 0 of the world. So it is the real part here. And then I have to rebalance my shooting, because only now I have my debug and my debug crosshair and debug line trace that shows me where I am actually aiming when I'm charging, and I see where my arrow actually has landed. So only now I can actually balance the shit out of long range shooting with my curve that I created. Only now I can do proper balance. I thought I did it beforehand, but it was a stupid thought. I should have balanced it only when I have the stationary target. And I also, to do that, I need to create an additional tool, and I will be talking about it in a second. But first, let's get to fixing the bug. But even before that, I need some colder drink because it's hot as a motherfucker in my apartment, as usual. Okay, I'm back. So let's get to business of fixing that bug. I fully suspect I know what happened here. Let me quickly debug the shit out of this and see if I'm right. Bow component. Let's go here. Oh, I think I have some bot on Twitch chat because it was like cheap viewers on and something censored, which is probably a link to a bot farm. I ain't interested, man. So let's get right down to debugging, because I have my line trace. Yes, I already know what's the problem here. I know what the problem might be here. Yes, I will quickly fix it and I will explain in a second what is happening here. In all actuality, no. That's not what I need. I need select. I need select. And this will be this. If it was a blocking hit, I want to use location. If it wasn't a blocking hit, I want to use trace end. And then that's what I want to use as my target of find look at rotation. It will fix this shit. I am quite positive on that. Yep, I fixed it. To explain what was happening here, let me quickly make some space first for my tablet, because I don't have a lot of space in here. The way I'm doing trace right now, which also is something that I fixed only on last stream, and I felt ashamed because I implemented such tracing and aiming so many times in my life that I felt ashamed that publicly on stream I kind of forgot all about that shit and didn't use my knowledge. So that's a great fucking thing. So here's the camera that I'm looking through, and here is my weapon that I'm shooting with, right? And the way I'm choosing my target is I'm creating a trace looking from the camera towards almost infinity, right? And then if this trace is hitting some kind of obstacle on its way, this is the point that I'm aiming at with my camera. Then I am finding the vector, the look at rotation, at which my projectile should be shot on. Thanks to that, I am 100% sure that if there is no obstacle on the projectile's path, maybe I will draw it with a different... No, I won't draw it with the different. If I'm clicking like that. If there's nothing on my projectiles, then I'm spawning here. If there's nothing that blocks the way, it will go and attach itself right at the point that I'm aiming at. And if there's nothing there, it should just point here. So my look at rotation of spawning the projectile from my gun should be here. My mistake was that, hey, if I don't hit anything, I'm just using the default value of my trace. And the default value of my trace, default location, default, was 0, 0, 0. So whenever I was not aiming at anything but just aiming in the air, instead of my projectiles going right here at my going along the vector that I am actually looking at or looking with, it was just shooting. Let's say the 0, 0 was here. Actually, it was just shooting here. So what I implemented was a simple switch. Hey, if after my aim trace from camera occurred, check if it is a blocking hit. If it is, use the hit location as a place towards which I am trying to find my look at rotation. If I hit nothing, just use the trace end as the place that I will be shooting at. It fixes my bug. I love 5-minute fixes. This is so good. I got not enough real estate on here. Oh my god, I got my bots on my fucking thing. On my fucking chat. And yeah, I turned off some moderation a little time before. But I guess I will have to basically get back to it because of bot activity. Let me delete this and delete this. Yes. The messages should be off for everyone. Those fucking bots. Fuck you, bots. Hate your asses. Okay. I will get back to making the tool in a second. But my phone is acting up. No, my phone is just stupid. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, let's do this. What I need right now, just to conceptualize this whole freaking thing, is I need to put some target in a place and define my close range, like for example 5 meters. Then another target and define my close range with 10 meters. And another one with like a mid to long range, X meters, I'm not sure yet. And then I also need to define what is my really the farthest challenge that I will ask you for, that I want you to be able to hit. Super far X, right? But I need to know this exact distance, right? I mean, I will do it with targets and I also will do it with the wall. I will have a wall and those distances set there. But I need to have some tool for that, right? Thereby lies problem. There is a tool like this in Unreal Editor, but it works only in top perspective view. That's where you can start, you know, measuring units, etc, etc. Well, I want to kind of do it in my perspective mode. So, what the fuck should I do here? What should be my course of action here? I can either go down the plugin route in Marketplace, but this fucking shit should be simple enough that I could do it in blueprints in here. So first, in my primary action, I will create myself a folder. Tools. That's where I will create my blueprint. That will be just a regular actor. And it will be, yeah, BP distance measurement. I probably misspelled it, but fuck it. Who cares? I don't. And what I will have here is, I wonder if there's like editor tick possible here. No, here no. It doesn't matter. I got ways to walk around that. Because what I basically want, I want to add a cube. It will be start, maybe not cube, maybe something else. A sphere will be start point. And I also want to add cone. How about cone? Is there a cone? Yes. And cone will be end point. Let me switch around. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to put also not that. Okay, it doesn't matter. So I have my two of my thingies here, right? Let me put like endpoint somewhere further, like -100. Maybe even -300. Yes. And there's also like a text renderer. Yeah, thank you. It will be distance print. I also want this here. And I also want to have some other basic shape, like cylinder, for example. Line. And that line will be actually attached to start point. Do I want to do it that way? No, I don't want to do it that way. Okay, it doesn't matter for now how I will realize the line. Or would I even want to realize the line? I don't care about that shit. Cable, spline, blah 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 blah. Yes, what I want right now is to create maybe like an event, custom event, that could be called an editor, because especially I want this to be called an editor. And my custom event will be take measurement. And what it will be doing is really simple. Just take this endpoint, get location, get world location. It's supposed to be called start point, not star point. And let's take this, get world location. It is a super simple tool that I'm creating right now. Distance, (2D) or 3D? Maybe just 2D for now. And I have a distance here. This is my distance. I wonder what that little thing is, but I don't care. Okay. And now my distance print, which is freaking where? It is here. Actually, I want this distance to be here. 0. Let's put it up a little bit. Yes. Maybe a little bit to the left, to the left, to the left. And yeah. And after I click take measurement, set text, print the text in here. I don't know why there's two of these. And that's what will be happening here. After I will place this actor on a level, place my endpoint, which is my cone, somewhere, click take measurement, it will show me the measurement. It's just a super simple 5-minute tool. I don't need anything more at this second. Let me just place it here. And I want to define my short distance, as I said, as 5 meters. So let me put it, the starting point. Another thing, I want to freaking hide it. Do I want to hide it within the video game? Not really, but I want this to be static. I don't need tick on this shit. And I don't need collisions. No collision. The same thing here. I don't need my tick. I don't need my collision. And all of it should be static. Static. This doesn't concern with mobility. It isn't concerned with mobility. Okay. Now I have this. I can click take measurement. It will print out 3 meters. I can, you know, do a little bit better here because it takes in a unit. So divide by 100 and it will show me meters. And I can actually do this. Append or add. No, this is text. Add. How the... Okay, I need to create text. Okay. Make string. Make literal string. The value will be meters. Append. Let's change the order here. And let's change that string into a text. Yay! Okay, we are now having a better tool. And also what I want is maybe put it so it can be read vice versa. So minus 180. Yep. And now after I click take measurement, it will be 3.0 meters. Okay, now I can just take my endpoint, move it a little bit farther, like for example minus 100. Here is my close distance. Six meters. Let's say that this covers my kind of a close distance. So it should be fun shooting from here. My close to mid, maybe like 10 meters. Let's see. Let's put endpoint and like minus 10, maybe 12 meters. Let's update the shit out of this bitch. Yes, it's 12 meters. Great. This will be my close to mid. This is where my mid starts. Now to go from mid to long distance, and I don't know what will be, what it will be. I don't know. Let me just take a stupid step at it. Minus 25 meters. This will be my mid to long distance. You might be wondering, why did I create the event that can be called as a button here, instead of making it so that every time I edit this whole blueprint, it will update itself automatically. Because that functionality, as far as I know right now, is dedicated for C++. This project is blueprint only. I used blueprint only project because my first part of this stream was done entirely. It was done entirely. I need to open the window up, man. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, it's just super hot in here. Super hot. Super hot. Super hot. Okay. Now maybe it will be just a tad bit more bearable. Although it will be okay. So I had my first stream done in C++ and I was doing the first charging functionality in C++. But my friends that were watching this told me that it was kind of boring just looking at the code. Like I hit some compilation error, I was trying to fix it, I was getting stressed out, and I progressed very little. And I still have to figure out how to make those code streams a little bit more entertaining, just a tad bit more entertaining, before I will be able to stream the full C++ code streams. Yeah, these 12 and this text isn't that viewable, so let me compile it. Now I see that it is 25 meters, right? Towards my target here. And this is my mid to long. So that functionality that when I change this or this component, it will automatically update my measurement here. It just doesn't exist as far as I know in the editor to hook it up with. I can quickly look at this shit if I can make okay. How would I even name it? Bind collision. Bind event to... I can bind things to collision. I can bind things on component activation, on some mouse input, on some touch input, some physics volume, but I have nothing to bind it to. For example, component has been changed. For example, the component has been updated or whatever. I don't have something like this here. This is C++ only shit. So that's why I'm just using it via button. But it's okay. It's not shippable tool that I'm trying to sell to people. It's the very exact opposite of that. I'm just using it to do something for myself. If you're wondering, all those beats are made by me. So fuck copyright strike infringement if someone does that shit to my ass. Okay, and what if we define my long distance to far distance? So the farthest distance I ever want to test you with. How about 150 meters? No, that's 15. 150. Holy shit. It seems like this is too far to just shoot without any additional aim at the target. It seems downright psychotic, so I don't like that. How about we slash it by 2? Let's put it at 7500. Yeah. Seems okay. Yeah, on mid to long distance, that's where I want you to start. On this distance, I expect you to hit the target with the full charge without any drop off from projectile, without any fall off. From this distance though, I actually expect you to anticipate your trajectory a little bit, and I'm a little bit in the air, so you start to anticipate what the fall-off would be. Maybe I will design some gameplay mechanics, additional gameplay mechanics around this. I'm not sure. We will see. And let's update this bitch. It is 75 meter. This seems... We'll see if this seems like a good challenge. Let's also maybe duplicate this shit. And let's put our target box. Let's duplicate it as well. And put it above the challenge point. So we have something that we could be challenged with. I want to update my target box a little bit, just to spice it up. I want this to create a random... Yeah, just call on target hit at the beginning, so it will have random colors at the beginning of the play. And let me put my starting point and my gun somewhere else. Let me put it here. Here is where the balancing act will be showing up. So, to emphasize my point, this is the moment of rebalance. Right now, in my master plan, I am at MVP section, minimum viable product. I had some fun shooting in the air, had some fun shooting at the wall. I don't have fun shooting at stationary target. And it doesn't matter how many VFX and sound effects or anything I will put on my guy. Right now, this is the moment of balancing and making game mechanics fun. Because it turned out I had fun shooting at stationary target from a close distance, not so much fun from the far distance. So this is the moment where I'll be rebalancing it a little bit, thinking more about what I want to challenge the player with. This is the moment of the actual primary action design or rebalance happening. This is the moment. So let's play it. And maybe let's put it in max distance. It's great that they all, those three chose very similar color. Okay, fuck it. Let's go to close distance. From close distance, I should be able to hit it without any charge. It's funny, I still have to aim up a little bit just to hit it. I should be able to hit it just like that from here. So I'm already rebalancing it. My shooting strength from here should be such, right? I'm at the middle of it. Yes. It shouldn't require me to aim a little bit higher just to hit the target. Like if I'm aiming here, I should be able to hit here. So, without aiming it, without charging it, sorry. So, let me rebalance it. I have a curve that balances everything. Every goddamn fucking thing. No, I don't have this curve. Ha! I mean, I do, but not. I have a different curve. The curve that I am using uses charge duration time, and that is the x-axis here. These are seconds, and here's my multiplication of the starting velocity. So, just tapping lightly my arrow doesn't charge anything, but I should probably make it. Yeah, I should probably add 0.25 seconds or 3. That's how long you should. No. Fuck. I wanted to put it here. Yep. So, light tapping, which usually occurs at about 0.3 seconds, shouldn't influence my shot at all. After that, that's where the charge happens, right? And that concerns my base. I had the value here, my base linear velocity, which is 7,500 right now. Let's see once again how it works out. Let me get the bow. Let me approach 6 meters here. It's downright anemic right now. Maybe I should rebalance it a little bit differently. Maybe let me put like a 10,000 up in this bitch. This will be my base starting, and I don't want to start from that far every time. Let me just, I'm balancing. Let me grab that, and let me grab both of these shits. Let me put them here. Quickly, I can put my gun at this place. Yeah. Yeah, with those light taps of my mouse button or trigger, I should be able to hit those motherfuckers. So let me try out for this thing. Let me put the value here instead of 0, 1, maybe 2. Let's see how 2 works out. Let's multiply it, the base value, after a light tap my gamepad. It is way too strong right now. Way too strong. But it does shoot what I want. Let me put it at mid-range. Oh, I'm also shooting quite alright. Yeah, this shouldn't require aiming too. This shouldn't require aiming at all. Like precise aiming. It should just go where you want, right? But it seems kinda too strong. Here, I expect you to charge up. You see? It is way too strong. Because I want you to hit this shit only if you charge it to the max. No problem. Do I really, on such close distance, to charge it? You should charge to the max to shoot at this distance. Will it be fun? I'm not sure. What the fuck? If I require you to charge max from this distance to hit it, it doesn't seem like it would be fun, because it doesn't seem like a very far objective. You're supposed to only charge a little bit to make sure. Just a little bit longer than a light tap of a button on this distance. So what does this tells us? First of all, the distance at which I require you to charge your max is not that great. That distance shouldn't be 25, maybe more like 45 meters. We'll see. This is the one. That should require you that, yes, this is the one. This is the one that feels alright for me. And I have the target of this size. On that end, it should require me to use my full charge in order to shoot it. But does it though? Let's see from here. Maybe that's the one that should be requiring you to... But really? I don't require super precise aiming for this game context. Because with gamepad aiming at something like this without aim assist, man, that's a bitch. So, no. My targets should also be a little bit bigger from that side. I should never require the player to, in my game, to hit such small target from 75 meters distance. Yeah, the target should be way bigger. But truth be told, it feels more like here. That's 75 meters. This is the distance that I should require you to charge fully, but aim at the little bit bigger target. So that shit should be 75 meters. That shit should be 75 meters. Take measurement. And let me update my tool a little bit. Because I want to have text not only here, but here too. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can I just... no. Let me put it here. Okay, now it is great. Maybe let's scale it. I can do world size ×2. And here I could also do ×2. It wouldn't hurt me. So I have better time reading it. Yep. Okay, now. Yes, and another thing, of course, I didn't do it. Not only put it in here, but put it in here. Update both of those text fields, and right now take measurement, bank. I have 75 meters here and here. Okay, this is the distance I expect you to hit with the fully charged, without taking the arc into the equation. This distance though I need to figure out. Maybe let's double it as I originally intended. So it would put me at this far end of this shit. That's where I will be expecting you to take into the account. But I will never expect you to hit a target such small from that distance, but the target will be way bigger from that distance. So, decisions. Okay, I'll answer that question in a second, but first of right now, let's make it so that shooting from here with the charge will be hitting where it's supposed to, from 75 meters. Let's balance this shit. Now let's play this. I should... It doesn't even reach this freaking thing. First of all, I need to make this a little bit bigger. Let's try... no. 2 times bigger on the size. Yep. This should seem like the appropriate target distance. Yes, on this distance, this is the size of a target that I should expect you to hit with the full charge. So let's balance it. Once again, that's what balancing feels like. You just have curves and you're manipulating them until it feels fine. Let's make it feel fine. It multiplies my 10,000 by 15. Let's put 20 and see if I will be hitting the goddamn target. It should hit it without fall off. So zoom to fit once again. This ain't enough. Let's try 35 multiplier. Let's see how that will work out. Still too much fall off for this shit. 50. Let's see. Will 50 be enough? I did hit it, but there was still some fall off. Yeah, basically I expect you to shoot your arrow exactly where my crosshair is. So when I'm holding it down, that's where the arrow is supposed to be instead of where it is right now. Or should I? Yeah, because I have to take, yeah, like aiming here will render, yeah, not hitting the target. So I need to multiply it even more. Let's zoom to fit my curve, but not. Maybe let's increase it by 10-fold and let's see. What will be the value that will make it? Let's try 150. Will this work, or should I start working on the drag, air resistance, and the gravity of projectile? Even 150 won't. No, 150 will result in what I want almost instantaneously. So let's play along with it. Maybe it will be like an 80. Let's do it like this. Almost. It's almost shooting where I want it to. Yep, almost. Barabash Hardy, welcome my friend. Maybe try 213.7. Let's try. For the non-Polish viewers, this is a traditional Polish number that means a lot. If you ever see Poland, see Polish people or be in Poland, you can detect if someone is cool if you ask them, do you know what 2137 means? And if they are like, yeah, you're dealing with a cool person. If they will be like, fuck off, then run away. Let's try this value. Oh no, look at this Barabash. Unreal isn't cool. It's not letting me put 213.7. But it changes it into 69. Barabash, what do you think about this shit? Is it a good exchange or not? I'm not sure. But let's try this stupid number. I want very strong projectile. To all the game designers out there, 213.7, which Unreal would change into 213.69, is a good number for balancing. But I am aiming for something even more fun. Let's just try fucking 100. Yeah, that's what game balancing is, and it's not sexy. That's why for the day job I am a game programmer. And I finished my only sweet drink for this stream, and there's still a lot of me, and it's still hot as balls. So let's try this. Wait, did I save that curve or no? 100 seems like too much. No, 100 seems actually exactly what I want. Oh my god, the aim sensitivity on this gamepad. It shoots almost exactly where I want it to. Let's drop it down a notch and see if it is the exact thing that I want. Will this be whole stream dedicated to curve editing? I don't know. Barabash, do you like curve edits? Or how would Polish people say kurwa edits? Do you like kurwa edits? Would you like to edit my kurwa? Curve? Okay, let's see. Yep, 90 seems that it does the job. At this challenge, for this big of a motherfucking shooter target, I require player to do full charge in order to shoot it without a problem, and that's exactly what happens. Let's go to the long distance, far distance, not long, far distance cone, 150 meters. That's where I expect them to. This target is way too fucking small. I need to make it way bigger and probably extend this wall just a tad bit and move this whole shit here, and then accommodate and scale up this shit by 5, maybe 6. Yeah, exactly that. Let's take our gun and our player start and put it here at the far range. Let's balance the far range. Barabash Hardy says, love them kurwa. Love them kurvas. Good. Then you'll be a good designer. Good designer should love his curves. And I'm living on the edge, or at least I will be spawning on the edge. How is your day going, guys? Okay, so from far distance of 150 meters, I expect player to not be able to hit this big ass target from that distance with just a max charge. And he doesn't. He's supposed to aim a little bit. He's supposed to aim a little bit higher, anticipate the fall-off, and I overshot it, but that's exactly what I expect for player. Is it... Barabash Hardy asks, is it possible to change the face camera angle? You look really tired looking down. Did you rest enough? I am fucking tired, so camera is not lying. But I don't know what angle should I really pursue here. I can try a different angle, but I don't think it will look good. I can try something like this, but I will be constantly fucking up the camera. No, I hate this angle. I hate this angle. It looks... Yeah, but exactly. So, maybe not for this stream. But I will take your suggestion and experiment with camera placement a little bit. But yeah, I am a little bit tired. Just lightning? Probably. Or maybe this is the reality of being a programmer. You have the goddamn black bags underneath your eyes. Although I was probably born with it. Or maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe I should stream like this. Yeah. How does it look now? But you know, the problem with these glasses is that they remove polarization from the light source for the outside. So that it means I see nothing on my monitor if I would be streaming like this. So I have to figure something else. But I will try for some different camera angle. But Abbas Hardy says, very cool. And then he says, but don't hide your true tired self from the world. We need realness. Exactly, no makeup in this bitch. Or no makeup on this bitch. But I will sit down though. Because my legs and my ass is killing me from standing. Maybe I should stream with no face. Maybe that's how I'll get them views. No fucking face. Okay, let's get back to game balance. Oh my god. Oh, and my lower back hurts. It's not a good look. Okay, whatever. I expect my players to be able to hit it, but not with the max charge, but they need to... Yes, they need to anticipate the trajectory. Whether I will be somehow visualizing this trajectory or adding additional gameplay mechanism, for example, so you could, you know, charge your shot and then maybe like press button 3 times to pump it up so it will shoot that far. That is something for the toy making action. Right now I just want the basics of, hey, you cannot shoot it just, you know, aiming at it, at this target, max charging it, and that's it. No, no, no. You need to anticipate a little bit the arc of your arrow. And that's how you shoot this shit. So I have my far balance. I have my long distance balance, which is, yay. Which is this. I expect the player to, while he's aiming exactly at the target, to shoot it without anticipating any kind of, I want to say lobbing like in fucking football, without any trajectory anticipation, but they need to charge fully, only by charging fully, and not even like 3/4. Only by charging fully they can actually hit it, which I have right now. On the mid distance, here defined by being 12 meters, which is right now bollocks, if I'm being real with you, the 12 meters came out of my ass. And what's the first thing that popped in your mind when I said that stupid fucking sentence? Yeah, I expect them to charge anywhere from 12 meters to 75 meters. They shouldn't be able to just shoot this shit without charging from somewhere around here. which is probably like 30 meters. Yeah, so on close distance, it should hit this shit perfectly. You know what? Let me rebalance it once again, because the close distance really should be 12 meters for this shit, or maybe even 15. So let's rebalance this. Let's use our great tool. Let's put it at minus 15, at 15 meters, and update our shit. And let's put our mid distance into the range of minus 30. And let's update that bitch. Yep, we have 30 meters. This is the distance at which I should not be able to hit it with just light tapping. I should charge a bit. This is the distance, 15 meters, where I should be able to hit this target with just light tapping fire button. Yep, I feel like I'm getting there with the balance. I feel like I'm learning here. Okay. So I heard you want to be designer. You need to be knowing about them cures. So what the fuck was I doing? Yes, 30 meters from here. We shouldn't be able to shoot this with just light tapping. So let's see. Let me put my... You know what? I kinda dislike constantly stepping onto this weapon in order to goddamn attach this shit to me. I wanna begin play with this weapon on me. So fuck that. Let me just add bow component to my BP player. BP first person character. This is me. I need my begin play. And in my pickup bow, I'm attaching it to my first person character, BP first person character. This is it. Let's just do this. And what else I was doing? Yeah, just target. Yep. That way I shouldn't need this pickup bow. And if I press play from here, I should be able to just play from here. Yep. That's what happens. Should be able to charge it up a little bit. So it is a little bit too strong for the light tapping. Okay. Let me edit this curve. This curve. It seems like that shit might be too strong. Let's put it at 1.5. Let's put this at 1.5. Let's put this at 1.5. Yeah, 1.5. Let's put everything to 1.5 until we hit this mark, but not for... It won't be like this. I just want to establish the moment at which I want to switch it up. I should just delete all those things, I realized, and just let it be this value. Oh my fucking god. Yes, I want to play from here. still too much. It's still day. It's just regular value too much. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, let me just take I just want to grab the XY axis. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay. Just using the regular velocity is too much. Okay, so let's drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. And the pigs, when the curves try to get at you, change the number to 0.05, change the number to 0.5. Fuck me. Yes, this is it. And from 15 meters, I should be able to just hit it. I should be able to hit it straight on without any fall off. Here there should be fall off. But how are your cats doing and dogs? Yep, that is fine for that shit, but it's not fine for that shit. So that's where I will start balancing right now between 15 meters and 30 meters. Yeah. How to do it correctly? Barabash Hardy says, cats are almost fully healthy now. Good. Bunya is no longer zombie cat. Wound is healing. That's good. Also love her name, Bunya. I used to have a neighbor called Bunya. It was this old lady in my block that I only saw her once. Or maybe twice in my life, because she was constantly sitting in her apartment, but from what I heard, she was giving some tarot cards. I mean, how do you say it? Yeah, she was using tarot cards to predict something for my grandma or something like this, and her name was also Bunya. So maybe this is the reincarnation. But I'm glad your cats are good though. I'm glad. How to do it correctly so I could bring up this value without fucking up this value. I know, I should make it so that let's put a point here, and we're starting with half. We should start with something a little bit stronger. Here also something a little bit stronger. Well, after half a second, we will go into 1.5 or maybe even 2. And after a second and a half, I want this to go into like maybe 30, something like this. Yeah, 30. This maybe should go to 70. Yeah, let's see this. How this will work out. What the fuck happened? Why does my regular shooting go farther than just charge shot? Did I mess up something with my curve or curve? Here's 0.75, 0.75, 2. There's something stupid going on in here. The value dips out. Yeah, I had some error that at some point while you're charging, actually your charge power is dropping a little bit. That's awesome. I should turn down sensitivity on my gamepad in Unreal Engine, but whatever. That's not the feeling I am going for. Yeah, that is perfect. That one is perfect. Now, the true mid distance. Something is wrong with my charge. It should go way stronger after just a couple of seconds. So after going past the half... no. Yeah, after going past this thing, it should go into like 15. And it's fucked up once again. Oh yeah, I want to have straight lines, no wishy-washy bullshit. Exactly, only straight lines, and that's great. Now I know that no value is dipping below. After a second it should go to like maybe even stronger, maybe like 30. And this should go into 45. Yep. If you aim it higher, then yes, you will hit it. So you have two choices for this target. You can either start aiming higher, or you can just charge a little bit. Yep, that's exactly what I'm going for. I think we are done with shooting at stationary target. I think I balanced it to a point where I wanted. From 75 meters it should be impossible to ever shoot it like this, unless I really want to take, you know, fall off into the account. Unless I charge it fully. That's where I should hit it no problem. And shoot exactly where I'm aiming. Great. So we got close distance, mid distance, long distance, and now super far distance. Or as I call it, super Barabbas distance. Yeah. Why I call it like this? Because we live so far from each other. And this shit should only hit the target if, with max charge, only if you're taking the fall off into the equation. And max charge it. Okay. I'm about done here. That's exact balance I was searching for. Yeah, boy! We can move on from this ridiculous and boring exercise of curve editing. I was learning how to game design stuff, and I learned one thing: I hate curve editing and balancing shit. So thank God they pay me for making codes, not balancing games. Because it would make me furious as fuck. Or maybe it's just, you know, the beginner's problems. That I don't have a natural knack and I had to rebalance everything, ask myself questions like, what I actually want from player. What I require them to do. Yeah, maybe it's the beginning thing. Had any of you had some experience with editing curves or something like this? Oh, I realized something. But let me quickly fix my shit. Okay. Now it's good. Barabash Hardy says, it's a great skill to ask yourself those questions. Those questions, you mean what I actually want from my player? Or whether I'm questioning my sanity right now? I love the answer yes when I'm presenting the two alternatives. I think I had something like this today at my work when I asked a coworker, hey, do you want this or this? And they were like, yes. And I was like, holy fucking balls. Okay. Barabash Hardy says yes and yes with a smiley face. Okay. So, to come back to my great learning plan. Is it fun to shoot in the air? Yeah. Is it fun to shoot at the wall? Yeah. Once I fixed bugs in this shit, in those 2 points, it went alright. Is it fun to shoot at stationary target? Now it is, when I realize what distance I want player to aim from, what size targets should be, minimal size of targets at given distance, and what I actually want them to perform. Either charging max power or anticipating the projectile trajectory, or in the case of super far distance, both. Charge your shot to the max and anticipate the trajectory. Now, I actually didn't thought that I would be finished with the stationary target this stream. I'll be honest. So I don't know what I should do now. Let me think. I should be asking myself question. Is it fun to shoot at moving target? But I'm pondering one question. Should I work on some additional game mechanic from shooting far? Like showing maybe some trajectory of the shoot? Or is it not the part of the MVP and it's a part of toy making to show some funky trajectory via Niagara or something else and maybe playing around with that? I'm not really sure. Will adding showing trajectory be a part of minimum viable product? That would mean that every shoot you take, every breath you take, I'll be not watching you because I don't care. No. That is a great change of a Sting song, which is extremely stalkery. Every breath you take, every something, blah. I won't be watching you. I got my own life, yeah. Anti-Sting song. Why the fuck am I talking about this shit? ADHD, crazy. So, and I don't even smoke to have such stupid thoughts. I remember one time at some party, I was already checked at the hotel room. I was sober, I wasn't drinking that night, but my friend, who shall remain nameless, was high off his mind, and we had conversation about everything, life and everything. And the next day this friend asked me, oh, what kind of shit have you smoked? And I'm like, I don't smoke. Oh, what have you drank? I was sober. Did we just have this kind of conversation and you were sober? What the fuck is going on? And I was like, yes, I was able to follow. I strongly suggest my liver, synthesizes narcotics into my goddamn veins. Why am I talking about this shit? Okay, let's move along. Shooting at the moving target. No, I was pondering the trajectory. No, let's put it on toy making phase. If while running around and playing around with different toys will prove to be cumbersome on super far distance, or what I call barabash distance, if it won't be fun, that's what I'll be thinking, okay, I should add something to it. The basic fun should be all about basic shit. Okay, so let's create some moving targets. Yep, let's create some moving targets. Barabash Harde says, sober life is mindful life. I don't know, I live quite sober life. I don't drink almost at all. And I wouldn't call myself mindful. Mindless, yeah. Yeah, but you're right. You're 100% right. People don't realize. 100%. Yay, boy! So, I have my stationary target. Right now, I should work at some moving target. What kind of moving target I want to have? Do I want to fuck around with the goddamn splines and create a trajectory on splines and do it that way? Do I really want to do this? Or should I just do it in some other way? Decisions. Let's consider it for a second. Let me clear the goddamn paint in here. And let's think about that shit for a second. What kind of targets I would want to have? Slowly moving towards me. So I should have like a small, like a character level block. No, character size block that just will be moving forwards and backwards. I should have the target also character size that will be, this is me player, that will be just constantly trying to move towards me in a straight line. It doesn't need to have any pathfinding for now. And do I need any more characters? Yeah, maybe something in the air. Yeah, because that guy, the first moving target, I can put in the air and it will be moving in the air. I will have no physics on that. But I might want to introduce some guy that will be flying around in a following spline, let's just say. Yeah, it will be a spline that will be probably a closed loop. And I will put the character and it will be traveling along the spline. And that will be in the air or on the ground, it doesn't matter. So basically, move forward and backwards, follow the player and follow the spline. These are my stationary targets that I will be implementing right now for the purposes of MVP phase. And will I finish this on this episode of Ado makes an idiot out of himself on the internet? You'll find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. No. Yeah. Let's jump into this bitch and let's start working this shit out. Alright, so I have my stationary target. I wonder if I can change mobility of the child blueprints. Because I want to retain this mechanic that when I hit this shit, it will change color. As far as hit effect goes, it's satisfying enough. I don't need additional shit. So what I'm doing right now, and this is important, I'm creating a child blueprint class, which will be called moving target simple. And I actually don't want to have underscore after target. I just want to have simple. Yes. And with that, I want to see if I can change mobility to movable, because it will be moving. I can in the child. Amazing. That's exactly what I want. So I want this cube to be moving towards a point and away from it. So I need to add some point that it can go towards to. I will just add a simple sphere. It will be under default scene root. And I want to put it at, I don't know, 300, maybe 500. And I want to change its color to something else. You know what? For basic colorings, I might need some basic material. So targets, basic color, and let's just put it here. Yeah, whatever it can have. Or it can have 0 specular value. Yeah. Yeah, it can have something like this. And we convert it into parameter, call it basic. What the fuck happened? I just wanted to call it basic color. And hook it up to this. Thank you. There is no user changes. Let's change it into red. Yeah, sure. And now let's create material instance, and I want to call it just, I don't know, purple. And what will happen here? I will open it up, change the basic color to purple. Yay! Great. And I want this to be just purple, and I want this to be hidden in game actually. And for the begin play, after parent begin play happened, I just want to get this location. No, I don't want to get this location. What will be happening here is I'll be moving constantly towards my sphere location, right? So I want to lerp. I can save my current location to make my life simpler. Get world, get actor world. What the hell? Yes, get world location, and I want to save it as auto variable start location. This sphere will be named endpoint. Great. And this name I will change actually here into target. Yep. And now we have something going on. So at the beginning I'll be setting up my start location and maybe a direction. I will also create like a direction that will be named B towards target. Why B? Because B stands for Boolean. Boolean is basically true or false variable. So B towards target. Set it as true at the beginning. So here, branch. Maybe I don't even need the branch, but basically I need to lerp from lerp. Can I lerp vectors? Lerp vectors? Yes, lerp two vectors from, and here's where I need select towards targets. If we are going toward target, then my start location will be my maybe I can also save just get world location of my endpoint. Proto variable and location. Bang bang. Quickly bang bang. Probably with mover plugin this would be easier, but I couldn't be bothered right now. End location, that's great. So if I'm moving toward target, use start location as something that I'm lerping from. If we're moving away from targets, which means this is false, I'm going from my end location as a starting point. So that way, without a single branch, I can actually have the same functionality. And if I'm moving towards targets, use my end location. And if I'm moving away from targets, my start target is my end location. Lerp and set location. Word location, exactly. And this will be constantly lerping. That's great. I don't need sweep because why the fuck would I need sweep at this moment? And I only need my alpha that will be constantly moving around. Do I need it on event tick or should I just use timeline component? Yeah, it is a singular guy, so I can just use timeline component for that. So timeline, add timeline, yeah. And this is our movement timeline. So from the beginning you are going to play from start. Let's introduce some length here. Do I want to use... Can I change? The length? Yes, I can change. Okay, so I would use exactly that. Let's add some track, add float track, where I will be lerping from 0 . Let's have it normalized as length of 1. Where is fit? Zoom fit. Thank you. And let's add the first point, add key. At 0 it will be 0, and let's add key here. At 1 I want this to be 1. Amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. Great. So I also want to have another variable called movement duration. It will be a float. And before anything happens, actually, I'm taking my movement timeline. I'm setting duration. Wait, what? Length, sorry. Hmm. Can I scale? Scale? Scale curve, get scale timeline. Huh. Interesting. Because I can change the length from 1 second to here, but can I actually scale all of this shit? Yeah, it won't edit my curve automatically. So I had a bad idea of how to do it. It doesn't matter. I can just put it in here by 5. And I can edit my point to be 1, but at the time of 5. So after everything had finished. Right now I will be just playing it from start. Let's give it a name. Lerp float. Yeah. This is my lerp float. And once I'm finished, then let's branch it. If I was moving towards target, then just reverse from end. I hate these kind of loops, but what the fuck can I do right now? I could create a event, and that's what I will do to make it prettier. Nope. Custom event, reverse lerping, reverse lerping. You will call, first you will change the towards target as false, because we will be moving away from target, and doing that. And if it is false, you will set it as true, but instead you will be playing it from start once again. Custom event, blah blah blah, play from start. Right, and here play from start. Okay, I have my first target finished, I think. Almost, because I don't have my update. Okay. Oh, I could have just used that direction. It doesn't matter. Okay, let me put my moving target somewhere. Like for example, here. And let's see if it actually works. Yep. And it's slowly moving. And not working as I intended. Because I wanted it to go from the end, but I guess I fucked something up. But why? Let's see. If towards target is true, I should be lerping from my start location towards my end location. If my lerping targets I don't need any of this shit. I overdid it as usual, because I will be lerping from 0 to 1 and then from 1 to 0, so I don't need any of this shit. Now it will work. Yep, It works as intended. They won't think though. I wish I could just adjust those curves a little bit better. Can I just set external curves here? That would be awesome. Movement timeline, get curve. I can set float curve, and I can just provide the float curve and float truck name. Awesome. That's exactly how I'm gonna manage it. 100% people don't realize. 100% people don't realize that I can not use the movement timeline bullshit from here. I can really have my external curves. I love external curves. So let's get back to my curves. Ado and his curves, yo. That will be the name of my mixtape. Let's go here. Curve float. Let's go with this. Blah blah blah. CF, and let's call it slow moving target. And let's put it as, oh no. Barabash Hardy says, mixtape coming from Ado, noted. Does that mean that you will generate a mixtape from me in Suno AI? Or that you expect me to drop a mixtape with the name Ado and his curve? Barabash Hardy says, no, you do the work this time. Yeah. Sure. What the hell did I did? I want to have it as this. Yeah, today's topic of the stream should be curves. Written in Polish. Yeah, so this will be my slow moving target. CF. Mid moving target. I want to have 3. Let's open it up. So instead of moving in 5 seconds like this, we'll be moving in 3 seconds. And another curve, let's call it fast moving target. And the beauty of it is that all of it is normalized, and I could adjust the distance, and I have 3 curves, and I can do whatever the fuck I want with this. Hell yeah. 1 second to move across all of the distance. Great, great, great. And right now, to change it up a bit, let's add movement curve component here. Curve float. Object reference, thank you. And it can be editable, thank you. And first of all, let's get it. First of all, maybe let's put some default value up in this shit of slow moving. Thank you, so we won't be crashing. Then get time range. It should give me max time. And that's how I will be, no. Movement timeline, get, set timeline length. And then let's set curve, set float curve. Put it here. No, I wanted to use that. The track doesn't have a name, really. I don't think so. Okay, now let's see if this shit is working once again. Shit is working. Now let's see if I change the curve, will anything change, or am I just delusional? Fast moving shit. I am delusional. No, I'm not. It's just doing something weird. That's not how it's supposed to work. Oh my god. Why? What's going on? It should close the distance in 1 second, looking at this shit. Okay, let's see what's going on if I just break it down here. Yeah, new timeline length is this. Here we have. Oh, I cannot see what kind of curve does it have. It's not working as I intended it to. How about maybe fuck the timeline? Yeah, let's do it without the timeline. Fuck that shit. Fuck all of this shit. Let's just use the tick and regular approach without timelines. It would be way too much thinking for this stupid shit. So my I don't need these events, I think. I just need to understand what my current alpha is and what's my new alpha should be. Right? 100%. People don't realize. So my new alpha should be, let's get speed value up in this bitch. Up in this bitch, yep. And this will be my speed value, units per second. And value range is between, no, it doesn't matter. Because the starting value is just 0. And once that gets here, no, my speed, I want this to move, I don't know, like 50 units per second. So first I need to get this, multiply it by my current shit up in here. And I should create a variable of current lerp alpha, just to put it quicker, which is at 0 always when we start. Then let's set the current alpha of my speed times delta seconds, and let's get. So what we are doing in here, we are calculating how much of alpha we should lerp in given frame, and this should also be clamped. Clamp between 0 and 1 exactly. But if I'm going the other way around, oh yeah, that's where I will use my selectors, utilize my selectors. That's not gonna work. this is gonna work. And now verb alpha. If it equals 1, so I finish the movement, starts moving away from the target. The next thing I need to check for is, does it equal 0, which means we reach the original moment, original placement, right? That's where we are moving towards target. And here will be selectors. Select, yay. So B towards target. If I'm moving towards target, yes, and I should just do this. Actually, I don't need that. I only need this. If we reached, I will explain what I'm doing in a second. Not Boolean. I'll explain in a second what I'm actually doing here. Let me just finish this shit. If I'm moving towards target, I want to do it that way. And this is the point that I'm lerping from. And here is the exact opposite. I'm going from end location towards the start location. If I'm moving, yeah, it should work right now. Let's see if it works, and if it works, I will explain. And if it doesn't, like it doesn't here, I will try to fix it. And I will use the rubber duck method, which means I will be trying to talk about how it works to y'all, and maybe that way, you know, I will find my obvious bug that is happening right now. So my speed is 50, my current lerp alpha is 0. What I'm trying to do here is take into the account my speed and multiply it by, which is should be units per second, or lerp alpha, how much we are lerping, the fastness of alpha lerping per second, multiplied by how much time has passed, will give me how much of lerping alpha I should increase my lerp right now. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm adding what I calculated to my current lerp alpha. I am then clamping it between values of 0 and 1, as one should, and moving towards lerp alpha. And my speed is 50, so that's bad. It should be like 0.1. Yeah, that's probably why it doesn't work. No. So, but what if I just started adding my delta seconds to my current alpha? Also nothing. Okay, then I'm trying to lerp from my start location if I'm moving towards my target. I fucked that up. That should be for towards target. That should be for end target. Yep. I messed that around. Logic. Basic freaking logic. It still doesn't work. Ah, yeah, because I haven't hooked it up. And yeah, I found my problem. I'm not actually lerping in any way, shape or form. Now I'm lerping, but nothing really fucking happens. I wonder why though. Because the tick is not being called. Why the tick is not being called? Because I disabled it. Yep, and now there should be some kind of... Yep, I disabled my tick. Yeah, now it is moving exactly how I wanted it to. Okay. Yeah, now by just modifying the value of speed, which actually should be between slider range 0, 1, 0, 1. I can quickly create like 3 variants of this shit. If my speed is exposed, it is not. Movement curve is not being used anymore. So all these assets, they can go straight to hell. I don't need them. I was over-engineering and overthinking it, as usual, but what I'm really doing right now here is just lerping from my start location to end location, and if I lerped, I'm just toggling the direction of lerping to go back from end location, which is my sphere, to beginning location, which is where we started, and doing it all the time. And while I have my speed value here, I can quickly change the values here, and I will have targets moving with different speeds. Great. So I created myself. Let me do one thing that I don't need anymore. In my bow component, I don't need to show off my aim trace anymore. So debug show trace, false. I don't need that. So I have my first of my moving targets. It is funny that my arrows don't attach themselves to the target, which I would expect them to do. And there's one other funny business going on here. My moving target, those endpoints have collision enabled, and they shouldn't. No collision. Fuck off with collision. Right? And let me maybe arrow projectile after you know. Hit this shit and decide that there's no collision here. Maybe also I would want you to attach yourself to what you have hit. Get root component, attach component to component, and maybe let's get the other component. Maybe let's attach itself, keep relative, and let's keep everything relative. Sorry. This will result in my arrows actually attaching themselves to cubes, or just freaking disappearing, or just moving here. What the hell happened? I'm wondering why this attachment didn't work out. It should have worked out. I'm just attaching my root component to the other component and it should just work. But maybe let's snap to target. Maybe I'm doing some stupid error here. I have no idea where my arrow went. Huh. Okay, right now I need a break for my sweet. I'm losing energy. I got my Twix, and this time, after 3 streams, I learned to put it in the goddamn refrigerator. So I should be alright. Who say people don't learn? Why is it moving on that distance? It's stupid, that's what it is. I can do a stupid thing of first setting my world location to hit location. And then attaching my component. Well, that's stupid. It should work out. What the fuck? Oh, that works out. I know what was happening. I'm stupid. Of course. Yeah. Let me quickly explain. When my attachment rule was keep relative, set to keep relative, it was taking the current projectile location as relative to my moving target, while actually this created a distance. Let me quickly draw that shit. Here's my moving target. My arrow hit it here. Right now, my arrow world transform is, for example, I don't know, 5, 5, 5 on the world, right? But when I attached it to this cube and said, yeah, keep it relative, it used this transform that, hey, this should be relative towards the center of the cube. So suddenly it went 5 here, and 5 forward, and my arrow moved here. When I set it to world, it was actually using its world transform to attach itself. It still doesn't work perfectly because rotation is fucked up. I should also use this and keep world this. Now it's perfect. So, what's the game plan going further? I have my first simple moving targets. Like I say, I need to determine if it is fun to shoot at them. At different distances. So I should recreate what I have here. But with those moving targets. With these exact moving targets. And change their scales, etc., etc. Yep, let's quickly do it. We don't need to wait around for that shit. So maybe let's copy all of this. I don't need to copy all of this. I need to copy all of that. Oh my god. Let's put it in here. Let's delete this original box. And I want this to be moving left and right or up and down. Maybe right now left and right. So I might need some more space for this. Let me get this right. Why? I was pressing Alt to duplicate it. You goddamn son of a bitch. Thank you. Yep. And now let's move it here. Let's move this shit here, this shit here, this shit here, and this far distance target here. Let's move this close distance guy here, and I expect there would be no trouble. To shoot at that guy. Maybe let's put the end point at some farther distance, like I don't know, 800. Yeah, and its speed should be quite fast. Yeah, half might be okay. We will see. Yeah, let me delete these guys. Because it will be easier to just copy it from here. Like this. Like this, and I should repeat the scale from here, which was 2. Huh. Okay. And let me just copy that bullshit here. But I need the scale of this, so it's 6. Hell yeah, big boy. And it will be moving that far. I might even need even more of space in this shooting range. Oh my god. Let me quickly move these guys from here. Let me just copy this guy from here. Yep. Maybe let's make some more space here. More space here. And where's my goddamn player stat? Yeah, here it is. Okay. And just to test if shooting at these targets is fun from various distances, let's play around with that shit. And let's change the speeds maybe. Yeah, let's have it at half, but this should be like 0.3. Yeah, and this should be 0.3. Let's see if it is fun to shoot at these guys like this. Oh, that motherfucker is fast. Why do I still have debug? I wanted to turn off my debug. Debug show trace should be off. What the fuck? Do I have any additional line traces up in this shit? No, only this. There shouldn't be any trace. What the hell? Do I have some weird trace somewhere? No. Does my projectile have some kind of trace that I didn't know about? No. Where does this stupid trace come from? I fucked up. Yep. Great. Yep, we can just call it like this and change it into 1. None. Whoa, shooting an enemy at close distance. Moving like this. Barabash Harde says, sorry, I was AFK, hitting German's helmet. Is hitting German's helmet some kind of, you know, euphemism for something? Meanwhile, while you were away, I was able to finish my moving targets, put them around in the level, kept that bullshit, and right now I am evaluating whether it is fun to shoot at targets from moving targets from various distances. And the answer is, it is not fun to shoot at the distance at this close range target if it's moving that fast. It's already kinda too fast, I'll be honest. Well, maybe it is fun. I'm getting some misses. Not fun, but challenging for sure. Hitting German helmet is not fun, but challenging? I don't know what that means, hitting German's helmet. Hitting German's helmet. Uderzałem niemiecki kask. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, this target of this size at this distance. Bić Niemca po kasku, kurwa. Barabash Hardy says. I still don't know what that means, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is too challenging to I don't want this to be that challenging. So there can be two things. Or I'm learning from this two things. Either it needs to be a bigger target if it's moving that fast, or it needs to move slower. Let's go for mid distance and we will see how fun is that. Oh, not fun at all. I cannot hit this shit for life of me. Oh, actually I can. But I need to charge it. But it's still a little bit too fast. And on gamepad, very impossible. So enemies would have to move super slow. Or targets or whatever. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe this ain't bad. You just need to aim a little bit different if it is something moving. You need to... Okay, no, it ain't bad for that shit. Let's get into far distance. No, long distance. Just long distance. 75 meters. It is a slower moving target than the ones to the left. The stationary target, the idea for 75 meters is that the only way to hit it is either to anticipate the fall off and aim higher, or charge your bow fully. Here you have to also anticipate the movement of the target, which is a regular thing for shooting. It actually feels fine on that. It's all ass backwards for me. When I was shooting at stationary target, it's the long distance shit that I have to balance for in order for it to feel fun. The close distance was amazing. When targets are moving, it's the vice versa. I have no problem shooting from long range distances because I already slowed down the movements of targets. And it's easier to anticipate that from the close distance, faster moving targets. It's all as backwards than I predicted it to be. Like shooting at this guy. Oh, it's actually a bigger challenge. But it's supposed to be a bigger challenge. Or maybe it is way too fast. Let's put it on max and... Whoa, I didn't hit it single time. And it's supposed to be not that hard, if I anticipate correctly. I hit it. It didn't change color, but I hit it. Yeah, now it did. I actually felt some sort of sense of accomplishment by hitting it, I'll be honest. That yes, I finally hit that shit. So it kinda is as it should be. Super far long range, moving targets supposed to represent the most difficult task when it comes to straightforward shooting. And it is. It is very hard for me to like anticipate it, but once you get the hang of it, I actually feel the sense of accomplishment. Once I hit it. At some point after long playing this sound stopped. I don't mind this bug because it is driving me crazy, this sound, but yeah, actually if I hit it... Barabasz, what bić Niemca po kasku means? I don't know. Will you get banned after typing it in. Okay, so the situation right now is that shooting at moving targets from this distance seems alright. From the 75-meter distance, which represents long distance, it is also fine. I actually have fun. The anticipation is correct. It's actually the way it's supposed to be. It's the close distance or mid distance shit that is problematic. Let's go back to 30. I missed it, but yeah, it actually is quite okay. It's the close distance, or maybe not. Maybe I was wrong. It is not as challenging as I had at the beginning. I already learned how to shoot with this bow better. So it means that the learning curve isn't that big, which is what I'm aiming for. A casual fun. No, it's actually quite alright. I was thinking that maybe close distance thing isn't that fun, but it is. But if I want to make it even more casual, I could just slow this target up or scale it a little bit. That's the lesson for me. For the future, well, when I will be implementing toys and I will have some kind of thing that you have to shoot at while it moves, and the challenge is from the close distance and I'm having trouble with it, just scale it back, just scale it up a little bit. And if I want them to shoot players to shoot at small target, I could just slow them a little bit. Those are my things that I could work on. Speed of movement and the scale of movement. But it is entirely easy, especially when I charge it, it's super easy. Yep. Yeah, okay. Barabash Hardy says, Google it. Yes, it is not an allowed word. Okay, I will be Googling it. But not on stream. I don't want to get banned. Oh! Yes. It's also a euphemism for being hands-on with your business. Okay. So right now, I'll be honest, I am quite happy with what I was able to work out here. I still have 2 types of target to create. The one that will be following the player and the one that will be moving in circular motion. But right now I am thinking, is moving in circular motion really a part of MVP? I don't think so. I'm resigning from that. And I will stream for 11 minutes, so maybe I'll be able to close out this MVP phase and go into actual toy making. That's what I will be implementing. Hardy shot, bouncy shot, and I think I had one more that I wanted to... yes, the reverse mushroom. That I will be shooting mushroom at something that will be enlarging until it pops. That's what I will be doing. So I really want to stick the landing in the next 11 minutes with this target that will be following me. So let me quickly do this shit once again. What will happen here? I will once again be inheriting from stationary target, creating child blueprint credits. BP homing target. Or maybe a better descriptive name would be player following target. Barabash Hardy says derealization XD. Yes, the realization of what you were talking about was hard. But you know what, Barabash? I am bothered that you went away to do it instead of doing it while watching this stream. That was supposed to be the way that you should have done it. Ah, great way to start the streaming career. Okay. Yes, on begin play. Not on begin play. The eye contact was too much to handle. Yep, that might be something hard. Oh, now I realize where the Hardy comes from in Barabash. Okay. So. Yes, I want to constantly... on begin play, I want to find my player. So find... What is this by class? No. Find actor. Get all actors of class. Right. And my class will be BP first person character. Oh yeah. And I expect there to be only one. But still, just to be sure, let's check the length. Let's check if it is equal. No equal. If it is more than one, let's see if there are more than one players. Let's create a branch, and only if there's at least one guy, that's where we'll be getting him. And now let's get reference. Why do I have to get a copy of actor? Okay, and let's promote this to variable, player to follow reference. That's right, we found our player character, and what we want to do here is to constantly move forward towards them. So yes, I will be repeating some of this logic, right? But instead of lerping it like this, how will I implement it? Just to not over-engineer the side of things here. Yeah, just calculate the direction in which I have to go and just move it. So my speed will be, this time, speed Unreal units per second, right? 100%. People don't realize that that's what it's going to be. And right now I want to establish, firstly, yeah, I can make a variable out of this. Let's get my player to follow. Let's get create a vector. Get location. Get world location. Get actor location. That's what I want. Yes. It should be world location. Let's get root component. Yes. Get location, get world location. Yes, this is my direction in which I should follow. Promote to variable, movement direction. That's what I will be calculating at first, and then I need to know how fast I should move. The speed, I will get it like 200 units per second, which is 2 meters per second. It will be fast as shit. So now I should multiply my speed by this, which will give me the distance by which I should move my guy towards this direction. So in a given time frame, right? So now, once again, set actor location. Is going to be my root component location plus my movement direction, but it should be times multiplied by this. What the hell did you do here? Change it to float. What the? Change it to float. Exactly. And this is how far I should move in this frame. In that direction from my position. This is my new location. I don't care about sweeping right now. And I also want to set actor rotation. I want to have it rotate towards me a little bit. And there's one node for this, right? Set actor location and rotation. Yes, I should use just that. Shit, 3 minutes to see if this works. Shit. And look at rotation. Look at rotation. My start is this, my end is this, and this is my new rotation. And maybe first of all, let me scale this motherfucker 2 times in the Z. What the hell? Okay. Just only in Z. Let me put it so it show me the grid. Show me the grid. Show me the floor. Yes. It is better a little bit. Exactly. And let me add some fucked up eyes to it. Like, let's take sphere, eye. Let's put it here. And let's put it as 1.25. Forward. It will have eyes and a face. I1, similar to I2, but just slightly bigger, just to be a little bit unsettling. And let's add some other. Yeah, let's add cylinder to this shit. This will be its mouth. Oh, I messed up. I messed all of that shit up. Okay. I should have put this in here. Because that's where the x-axis, which is usually the front axis, that's where it is. But no fret. And let's scale it along the x. This axis. Yeah. Now it is the good enemy. I also, after it has been hit, let's get back to the stationary target on target hit. Let's do another thing on target hit. No, I want to override this. So override on target hit. Thank you. Call parent function, change this stuff, and make it stop. Be stop following. We'll see our funky guy in a second. No, I'm at the end of the time. Shit, shit, shit. I really wanted to finish it. No. I had to add stupid details. Fuck. Stop following. False, that's where you move. And when you hit, you set it to true. Then small delay for about, I don't know, 5 seconds. And then you turn it on once again. So the guy should be following us. After we hit him, he should stop for 5 seconds and then follow us some more. Let's see if that's the case. Let's drop this guy onto the level and see if he will follow us. Where is his handsome face? Here. Let's put him on the chase. He is not moving at all. But he is very funny. Oh no. He is kind of funny. Why is he not moving? This is a great question. Probably because once again, start with tick enabled is false. Now he should be moving. Is he creeping? Is he moving at all? And yes, movable, and everything here should be movable as well. That's one thing. And the other thing, this should be, yes. How about now? Okay. Something fucked up happened. First of all, these should have collision off. And maybe let's turn collisions off for this guy. And maybe his speed should be, I don't know, 25 units per second. The guy is following me very closely. Until he isn't. Okay, I really wish I could finish it right now. But I can't. But I can't. But I can. Holy shit! But at some point, he just stops. Why is he stopping at some point? I never tell him to stop. Is this shit ever hit? Okay, this is the initial change of color. Because it's vice versa, it should be that way. Okay, I made the logic error in logic. Now this guy will be following me. Holy shit, he's fast as balls. God damn. Okay, so we created our following enemy. Why did I turn the paint off? It doesn't matter. I will remember what I have to do. I have to finish the stream really quickly because I went over my time. But the good news is I'm at the end of MVP phase now. We'll be getting into toy making because it is fun to shoot in the air at the wall at the stationary target. It is fun to shoot at moving targets, and the challenge varies depending on the distance. And I got the knowledge of what variables I should tweak in order to increase the challenge, decrease the challenge. The only thing that I still need to finish implementing is this following guy. that funny guy that is following me, and to see if it is fun to shoot at him. Yeah, that's the only thing that I should really consider, but it seems like it will be fun. So, next stream, but you know what the stupid thing is? Next stream I won't be doing from Warsaw, because I will be at Gdańsk. Next stream will be dedicated to a completely different topic. It's still up in the air what it will be, but something completely new. We will see how that will go on. But I will be diving deep once again into a new cool plugin. Maybe not new plugin, but the one that I was eyeing to deep dive a little bit for a long time. But that's it for me for this week. Next week, 5:30, I will be streaming once again, but this time not from my regular PC. I will be at Gdańsk streaming from my laptop, and we will see how that will go. I will be deep diving into a plugin, Seaside Stream. We will see. I will see if I'll be able to stake out some location for Seaside streaming. We'll see about that. Yeah, something might happen. So maybe if I will finish with the plugin, yeah, sure, I will not finish with the plugin on the next stream, but maybe I will dedicate like at least 10 to 15 minutes to finish the shooting at moving targets, making sure that I am able to get out of MVP phase. And the next game design stream, which will be in 2 weeks, will be all about making toys, and I will be making Hardy shoot. Barbash Hardy says, thanks for today, it was nice watching you. It was nice having you here. I hope you had fun hearing me rambling and saying dirty shit all over the place, but the best thing here is that you were here, that you were, you were here, that you were witnessing my bullshit and me making errors and then fixing them. And hopefully I'll be getting out of this MVP phase, because it was kind of riding on my brain a little bit. Bye you guys, have a nice day or evening or whatever. Bye bye.